Hello, Craig Peterson back. We, of course, are here on WGAN Radio, AM and FM. We are also streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and you can watch the replays there as well. Go to craigpeterson.com/YouTube, or if you're a Facebook fan, go to craigpeterson.com/Facebook. Now, we're told constantly that we should not lie to the bank. Right? We shouldn't lie to the federal government. We shouldn't lie to anybody, right? Isn't that what we were taught as kids? Well, a very interesting article from Mashable. I'll put it up on my screen for those people who are watching it on replay or live here. But business email compromise attacks up by 269%. We know that already, right? What is one of the ways business email compromise attacks work? Well, they work by finding out information about you. So what better way to find out information about you than if they have compromised your account at some website and they got answer to those questions that are for account recovery? What better way for the bad guys to be able to scam you? Now, we're all using various types of password recovery. I use something on my iPhone, and it's called Duo. I don't know if you've heard of this before. This is what we use for our customers. So what'll happen is I want to log into a website. It asks me for my username, my password. Then it asks me to enter my one-time password. Now, that's an interesting one, because what's a one-time password? Well, that's what Duo and some of these others that are out there will give you, and that's why we've got so much information on passwords today, that 10-page special report that you can grab by going to craigpeterson.com and sign up on the homepage. You'll get that password special report. Make sure, by the way, I noticed quite a few people had forgotten to click on the confirmation email, because I don't want to spam anybody. And sometimes people sign up a million of the closest friends for newsletters just to annoy them. So I need you, once you've signed up, to go to your email box right away and click on that email link so that I can confirm it really is you. It's not somebody else trying to punk you, as it were. So if you go to craigpeterson.com, you sign up, I'm going to give you this 10-page special piece of really password knowledge, right? I don't even know what to call it. We call it a special report around here, but it's going to give you a lot of good stuff. So what we're talking about right now, though, is password recovery. Now, if you are using one of these types of apps like Duo that allow you to do these types of secure logins, there's others. There's like Google Authenticator, which is free, but does not provide all of the stuff you need as a real business, right? Where you have the groups of people and it's tied into your Active Directory server so that when people's email addresses change, it all changes, right? So Google Authenticator doesn't have that. Most of the others don't have that. Microsoft has their own authenticator, of course, because they're Microsoft. And so it's all good stuff. But craigpeterson.com, make sure you sign up. You'll get that. So what this article from Mashable is talking about is why you should lie on your password recovery questions. Now, I do that all the time. All of the time. And the idea behind lying, I think, is a little confusing to people, because we're not talking about out-and-out lies. What we're talking about is when it asks you, what school did you go to? Don't tell it what school you went to. But I can hear you saying right now, Craig, how am I supposed to remember it if I'm lying about everything all of the time? Because my mother always told me, if you don't lie, you're never going to get caught up in a lie. And you don't have to remember everything that you told everybody. And the same thing's true here, right? That does not make sense. That if you are lying on the application for every website you're going to, how are you going to remember all of this? Well, that's where the password managers come in again. So what I do is when I am signing up and it asks me, what high school did you go to, is I go into my password manager. Now, I personally use 1Password. I love it. I love the group ability in it. We have it for my family. We have different teams at work. We have teams, for instance, that have to have DFARS compliant or ITARS compliance, where they make stuff for the military. They're a subcontractor. We have all kinds of these types of people. So how do we have that? What do we do? Well, obviously, we don't want people that don't need access to have access to passwords, to these passwords, right? It's a whole concept of limited access, minimal privileges. And that's what I love about 1Password. So it's great for that. LastPass is another one. They have a free version that works pretty darn well. And they do have some group features, something you're going to have to decide. But I open the notes section in 1Password. And right there in the notes, I can tell it, hey, I want to remember this fake school I went to, etc. So I'm going to do this right now. If you're watching either the replay or you're watching live, I'm going to go back to this Mashable article because they've got a screen capture. I don't want to show you my screen capture of my real 1Password, right? Because that would be giving away stuff that I don't really want to give away. So this is a note. And 1Password has the ability to do notes as well as LastPass. And you can see here in the note, it's saying bank account recovery question 1. Where did you go to high school? Bank account recovery answer 1. So this is just stuff they've typed in. And it's got completely random characters. In fact, it looks like he did a palm smash on the keyboard almost. And it remembers it. And it'll remember all of your passwords this way. Well, your account recovery questions, as well as your passwords. I like the way 1Password does it better than I like the way it's being done here in LastPass, but they are absolutely phenomenal. And there are many of these types of pieces of software out there, password managers. And that's why I put together the password manager special report at craigpeterson.com. If you haven't got it already, make sure you sign up. So that's that. You're looking at it right now. So that's what I try and take care of, and that's how I do it, okay? I don't give the bank my real information. And don't feel bad about it, right? You're not trying to defraud the bank. You are trying to defraud the criminals that might steal the information from the bank, that might try and do it for a spear phishing attack that they can use for business email compromise. Now, it sounds really complicated, and in many ways it can be, but it's simple if you're using a password manager. And that's the whole point here. That's what I want you guys to do. And that's going to help a lot in the future because your account's probably already been compromised. So you're going to go in first thing with the password manager and create new passwords. You're going to use the one-time password function that is in 1Password or maybe the Google Authenticator one. You're going to tie it all together so that you can keep safe. You should be using a unique password for every single website you're on and new recovery questions for every single website you're on. Because when one platform gets hacked, what they end up doing is something called password stuffing. And they see, oh, okay, well, we've got this password from the Reddit account, and they're going to try that password now on Bank of America, on you name it out there, and see if that password works. So different passwords, remember, Google, Gmail, Twitter, Reddit, Spotify, Netflix, YouTube, everything. And that way they can't leverage an attack. And as the article talks about, that includes Dunkin' Donuts, right? You don't want the same type of passwords and recovery for Dunkin' Donuts as you have for your bank account. So make sure you use unique passwords. It's kind of the theme for today, and that's why we put it up online at craigpeterson.com. When you sign up, you're going to get that password special report and follow it. We got some step-by-step stuff in there, and we'll be right back. Stick around.